Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'm going to answer many of your questions in regards to the 36 eggs a day diet that was promoted by Vince Gironda. This video I made basically went viral with almost 4.5 views in just a couple of days. And I've received a ton of questions from you guys. How do I get 36 eggs a day in my diet? Do I carb up? Do I use fats? Do I eat the whole egg, part of the egg? How long do I do it for, etc., etc.? I'm going to answer all these questions in this video. The title of this video is How to Incorporate 36 Eggs Per Day. And the answer to this is Vince's Hormone Precursor diet, which I will explain now. Just check out this fantastic photo of Arnold. I mean, here he is on this is actually from the cover of 1968 Muscle Builder. It's probably one of my favorite shots of Arnold, and it was a cover that shocked the world. Now, I'm not saying that the reason why Arnold got so huge is the 36 eggs a day diet, but I'm pretty sure that at some period of his time he also did it, but that will be a subject of another video. Let's look at the Hormone Precursor diet. Now, as Vince actually states in his book, Unleashing the Wild Physique, the bottom line with the Hormone Precursor diet, or with any diet that is as radical as this, is basically the reason why it works is that it not only contains these hormone precursors. The eggs themselves, which I've mentioned, are high in cholesterol, cholesterol being a precursor, that is a building block for the creation of growth hormone and testosterone. But because it's so high in protein and quality protein, it creates a positive nitrogen balance in the body. So basically, having 30 to 50 grams of protein every 3 hours, which is basically what this diet provides, gives you an anabolic state in the body. Now, as I mentioned, Vince believed that raw eggs are the absolute best protein available. Having them raw, though, in order to answer some of the questions that were asked, I agree. You don't actually get all the iron in the egg. The actual best way to actually eat an egg is soft-boiled, because the whites should be cooked to have maximum absorption of all the vitamins, minerals, and proteins, etc. And the yolk should actually be soft. So soft boiling an egg is actually the best way to do it. But on a hormone precursor diet, where you actually have to drink the eggs, that's right, you drink them raw, but in a special shake, so you don't puke. Yeah, I mean, you can just drink them. I mean, you can just have them raw, unless you want to change it somehow and have them soft-boiled, but I'll get to that later. According to Vince, I've got his book right here and I'm reading it as we talk here. It is superior to the steak and eggs diet, because the steak and eggs diet, with water of course and salad, you actually may experience hunger and you may be a little tired, but this particular diet always has you full. And basically, as I mentioned, because of the high amount of protein in the diet, plus all the cholesterol, which are precursors to testosterone and other hormones that your body will naturally produce, plus the content of androgens. I've already mentioned this in the previous video on the 36 eggs diet. The egg actually does contain small levels of testosterone and other androgenic compounds, which also have, according to Vince, would also have some kind of a steroidal effect. A very mild steroidal effect. Not a massive one, a very mild one. According to Vince as well, I'm always saying that this is according to Vince. This is not my information, this is according to Vince. It is also the best diet for hard gainers. Let's continue. So let's explain this special drink that Vince actually came up with that incorporates the 36 eggs a day. The drink has to actually contain 12 raw eggs, and it is mixed up in a blender with 12 ounces of half and half. Half and half is just basically cream and milk mixed. I think it's cream and milk or cream and water. It's half and half. 360 mils or 12 ounces, mixed with 12 raw eggs and a third of a cup of protein powder. Ideally, it should be, according to Vince, it should be a milk and egg mixture. And he also incorporated 1 banana for taste. You mix all this up in a blender and you make 3 mixtures per day, and you take these in between your meals. So basically you would have one for breakfast, one after breakfast, or maybe after your lunch, and then after your dinner you can have another one. So you basically have 3 of these a day. Now, one thing I also want to say is that the banana is really for taste. Yeah, I actually, for example, have done 2 dozens a day, and I used to just drink the raw eggs like that, because to me it's not gross, but that was me. Lunch and dinner would basically be a meat and salad meal, and of course, knowing Vince, he would have several supplements that would be incorporated in this diet as well, including multivitamins, minerals such as zinc, kelp, which increases your metabolism, HCl to improve the digestion of proteins, and also digestive tablets, glandular tablets, and orchic tissue. For those of you that don't know what that is, it is actually dried up testicles. Yep, you heard it. I'm not telling you to do it. This is Vince's advice. Along with that, he also recommended liver tablets and amino acids. Frequently asked questions. Well, as I mentioned, once I published this 3 dozen eggs a day diet by Vince Gironda, I got a ton of questions. How do you eat 36 eggs a day? Well, I just told you. You make Vince's special protein drink, and you have it 3 times during the day. Breakfast, and then in between lunch and dinner, a couple of times throughout the day. A couple of more times throughout the day. So you basically follow the Hormone Precursor diet. You can tell that it is very low in carbs. If you add the banana for taste, you will have a little bit of carbs, but otherwise there are basically no carbs in the diet. Now, the special shake, for those of you that have not read the article, there was an article, an actual scientific medical article that I included in my video, 3 dozen eggs a day, and it was from 1975. I actually read the shake that the doctors used for the patients that suffered from burning. And Vince uses basically exactly the same shake that was found in this 1975 study. So he didn't make this up. He actually borrowed it from the doctors. That's so that you understand that Vince actually used to read this. This is scientifically proven. For those of you that don't believe me, fine. Go ahead and don't believe me. It may not have an anabolic effect for you, but for those that wish to try it, understand that it is based on scientific research. You can always go back to my video and check the publication out yourself online. I won't go into any more details on that. Yes, the diet is actually followed for 6 to 8 weeks, and then it is followed by a vegetarian detox ideally, or you can basically just switch to another type of protein diet. This was Vince's recommendations. I want you to understand that this is an advanced diet as well. It's probably not it can be used by a hard gainer, but it can also, I guess this is what I'm trying to say, it can also be used for an advanced lifter. Why? Because it is especially great at breaking a rut. If you are stuck in a plateau, let's look at some examples. You might be plateauing in strength or in muscle development. For example, let's say you've achieved 300 on your bench, 400 pounds on your squat, and 500 on the deadlift, and you just can't seem to go past this particular level of strength. This is when maybe Vince would incorporate such a diet, even though he doesn't believe in the bench, squat, or deadlift. It's just theoretic, right? And you would follow the diet for 2 months, and according to Vince, this would really help you in developing strength. Another example, Let's say you were stuck at 200 pounds and you were looking at gaining 20 pounds of muscle. Again, you would follow this diet, which would give you an increase in strength and muscle for 6 to 8 weeks, and you would break this plateau. Other questions that I got, rather silly, or suggestions: no, you don't need to have 100 eggs a day. Yes, you have to eat the whole egg, not just the yolk, not just the whites, the whole egg. The whole egg is a perfect food, so eat the whole egg. Remember, the protein is found in the whites as well as in the yolk, but importantly, the cholesterol and the androgenic and anabolic compounds are found in the yolk. One last thing that I should cover is that by fertilized eggs, Vince always referred to organic and free-range eggs as fertilized. What he was trying to say is don't eat caged eggs because you lose a lot of the nutrition, and this has been proven. So preferably you can eat organic or free-range eggs in this diet. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Here is Arnold having a protein shake. I don't know whether it is Vince's special drink, but I can imagine that he must have had it once or twice. He must have cycled this in his life to gain so much goddamn muscle. Look at his freaking arm. It's as big as his thighs. It's as big as his head. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope I've answered many of your questions. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Leave me your comments. And yeah, have a great one. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.